guys, this is Oshi, and this is going to be my first impression little video of the Lord of the Rings Tarot. I pre-ordered this deck when it was first announced, I think, because one of the reasons is because I love the books, and the second one is because I wanted to have a deck that is with this art style, you know, this lino cut or wood carving art style. And the third one is that I knew that things would be changing at the end of the year, so I was like, if I pre-order a deck, you know, around the beginning of, you know, when it was first put up, then at least I will have something to look forward to, and that was a good idea. I knew that this is going to be a pip deck because it's an Insight edition deck, even though the box is really lovely. I love the inside. Look at that, there's the ring. So it's nice. There are some shiny parts for the cards here. But yeah, so I knew everything, like all that before pre-ordering. What I didn't know is that what they're gonna do with the guidebook. And even though I appreciate, you know, A+ for trying, because you look at that, it looks kind of like a book, you know, it tries to be kind of like a parchment, or there's a cover and the back cover, there's this cardstock that is glued onto the one of the sides, and the cover is here. But what you can do is pretty much open the whole thing up and just read it like an old style map. And I don't know who came up with the idea and thought that this is going to be something that people can easily use, but they were mistaken. At least it's my opinion. It kind of, you know, it's lovely that it wants to be a book, but it's not a book. And in this case, an actual book would have been so much nicer because it would have been easier to use. So yeah, you get a map, which is kind of fun, honestly. Like I said, A+ for trying, but B- or C- because you can't really actually easily open this. And I'm sure that a lot of people will tore part of the pages and stuff like that. So yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm sorry. There are spreads and, you know, obviously card meanings, but I don't really give you a lot because I'm gonna only show you some that can be easily accessible, because I'm assuming it's as hard to watch as it's hard to open. So obviously there's a flip through, so if you only want to see the cards, you can do that. I think the majors were very well picked. Sometimes, like Aragon, I'm not seeing Aragon because I'm looking for Viggo Mortensen, you know, because obviously I've watched the movies and I like the movies, so, and I like the backs. And I need to edge this one. I love the colors. The browns and the parchment paper colors are really, really nice for this deck, and I'm very pleased with the art style. Like I said, I wanted to have one with this one. So yeah, so majors are well picked. I really like the A Wheel of Fortune is all about, you know, living in the Shire, which is not just about a water wheel. It's about living in the Shire and when things are changing and stuff like that. So I think that the explanation for the cards are good. Obviously, the Hangman, I would, if I were ever put together, which I probably will, you know, just a deck for myself with all my favorite fictional characters, Smeagol is going to be the Hangman, because getting that ring is exactly what would do to people who get stuck in that victim mentality and victimhood, and you know, not being able to get away from things, never to be able to see the things for how they are and stuff like that. So Hangman is one of my absolute favorite ones. The Devil is yeah, I mean, obviously we have to stay with the theme. The Tower was good. obviously. The star is, oh god, I wanted to say her name quickly. Who, Arvin? I'm not sure. Do we do? See, okay. I'm gonna open it up off screen because yeah. But I don't like. I keep forgetting things. So Arven, I don't know why. I can't remember. You know, I suck at name. I suck with names. So if you're a new subscriber, hello. I will probably not remember your name, but I will do my best to remember you. It's not because I'm an asshole. It's because my mind doesn't really focuses on names. So Arven, obviously. And it's been a while that I read books. So yeah, I like the majors, and I kind of like the word because it's similar to the one in the D&D tarot, which was about a successful campaign. You know, everyone is there, is celebrating, blah blah blah, and they are the scene that is depicted here is before the big adventure. So it's a different step or stop on the way, but it's quite similar. Ace of Rings is obviously the one and only, wandering through the mall, wanting to buy them, and there are different, you know, as you can see, different kind of rings. I don't like, they are from, you know, obviously the books and the movies. These are the Rings of Power, which I'm kind of behind. I haven't watched the new show. And you can see the texture where it was either, like I said, I don't know if it's a line or cut because I, for some reason, didn't check, or if it's wood carving. But you can see the text. You can see the marks that whatever tool was used left. But you can also see that, you know, obviously these are the same exact rings. They are just copy pasted into different positions. So, you know, they're gonna be the same with every marks and whatnot. You don't get anything besides the number, which is, for some people it's great. I don't think we can get, maybe some with the 10, like some indication what the 10 of rings mean. With, you know, you could say that, but there's not a lot. And then obviously there's gonna be the court cards. So yeah, not a lot of things happening in the minors, but like I said, I knew that, so it wasn't, you know, surprising or unexpected. And there's enough explanation in the guidebook when once you manage to open it up, that you can use it. So let's check. Let's go back to the rings. Oh, 10 of rings. That's a good one. I mean, it's especially, it's a heavy one, so it smells interestingly. I'm not a deck sniffer per se, but it has, I think the guidebook has a very strong scent. Maybe it's the glue that was used for this part, but I don't like it. It's probably a new bookish smell, which I know a lot of people like. Not me. So, 10 of rings. Oh god. And there's an upright and a reverse meaning. I forgot to say that. So the 10 of rings finds you sitting on more wealth than a dragon. Is that possible? This card represents prosperity, material gains, and stability earned through hard work and wisdom. With this arrival of riches, you may want to consider how you can use your resources to help others. So the description is good. You don't really see that in the cards. So you can see more in the cards than it's depicted in here, which is, I guess, good. You know, you can make up your own little notes about how the rings interacting, if they are interacting, you know, because these are facing each other and they are bigger, these are kind of smaller and going to some direction, these are linked. So I think you can, it gives you something to play with if you want to. If you don't want to do that because you want to just use numerology, then you can do that and you can just read the description as well. So yeah, and the reverse doesn't say anything about how the rings are depicted either. So yeah, first impression, I pretty much got what I was expecting. And what I mean is that, yes, the deck is pippish, but I was expecting it to be written well, because I think I might be able to. Was I able to show you who illustrated and who is responsible for the text? I don't think so. I know that I opened it. I mean, seriously. Honestly, dear Inside Edition, don't do this. Don't ever do this, please. This is annoying. So the author is blah blah blah. Doesn't have anything to do with Lord of the Rings. And I swear I remembered when I pre-ordered the deck that the author is going to be connected to somehow to the books or something like that. Did I just like imagine that? Do you guys remember anything like that? Because I don't see anything mentioned here. The author is, authored stuff like Star Wars Adventures and My Little Pony, which is okay, cool. It's just not, and she won whatever awards and stuff like that. And I'm not saying it's not awesome. It's just that I kind of remembered reading that, and that was one of the reasons why I was confident getting this, because okay, so the illustrator is connected to the books, because Hijo or Hijo, oh god, Thomas Hijo, it's a Spanish name, so please don't kill me, I don't know. I think J is H in if you read it like that. If not, I'm really sorry. You can butcher my name anytime. So they received the Best Artwork Award from the Tolkien Society in 2015 in recognition of his works about J.R.R. Tolkien's books. So I remember reading something about some of the people involved with the deck is, that they have a connection to the books, but I don't know, I made myself think that it was the guidebook, the writing is going to be for some reason. But anyway, it's not it doesn't mean anything. You can read the books and write a good guidebook, so it's good. Plus, I'm gonna read the guidebook and check who's who on the cards, but I'm pretty much gonna read this deck with the knowledge that I have about the books and the movies, so I don't think it's a big problem for people who are a fan of this this work, the original, because you will bring in your own experience and what you love about these books and characters. So it's definitely a fan deck, something for fans of the work. I think you can, obviously it's a tarot deck, you can use it if you just know tarot, but I think the fun part of using a deck like this is pulling in everything that you know. Like with the Supernatural Tarot, when I see Dean or when I see Sam on the cards, I don't just see two boys, or guys from a TV show. I remember what they went through, and if there's something depicted there, I remember how they felt and what they were experiencing on those moments. So, when you see, you can be just like, oh, it's a hobbit, but, when you know that it's Frodo starting the journey, you remember how he felt, how excited but also terrified he was at certain point of the beginning of the journey. So, and there's Gollum lurking in the shadows as well. So you can pull those emotions into the card, and it's a great explanation. And I think it's make it easier to explain what the card is all about if we have things that we connect on. So if you have this deck and you know that someone loves Lord of the Rings, you can do a reading with this deck for them, and they will know, or they will have an easier time to understand what you're talking about. So even though these decks are cash grabs, I kind of feel like they can be points of connection for us readers and people who would like to get readings. But this is just something that I said at the end of the video, so most of you won't even hear it. But for those of you who do you have a deck where you feel like you can, use that connection often with new people or just people that you do readings with, for, because you know that both of you like the same thing, and does it work as a bridge, a connection bridge between the two sides of the party, so to speak? Do let me know. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching it. Do let me know how you like the deck. Did you pick it up? Do you want to pick it up? Have you even read the books, or did you see the movies? Just because, there's a lot of people who only watch the movies. Do let me know and comment down below, subscribe, share it with other people, because those all help my channel. And check out my new decks in the description as well. See you in the next one, and I'll shut up, promise. Bye.